Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. So we were long discussion for almost 30 classes about Karma Yoga. When karma, or doing karma rather, is not only essential but also unavoidable. Or rather it is something which comes with the system that nobody can live without action. Even if you do not want to do work as such, work doesn't mean a job or benefit of any remuneration or any, but anything done with the help of your body for the survival of yourself. That's called action. Action is not what happens with the body. Action is that what we do with the body when our agentship, doership is involved in that. As example we gave, we take food, but we don't have a sense that I am busy in digesting food. Food is digested by itself. You as individual are not putting effort to digest the food. So in that there is no kartritva buddhi. There is no sense of doership in doing that. In a wider understanding, for example, you did something to yourself by mistake, because people don't do knowingly this. While speaking, that's why we say to the children and adults, when you are eating, pay attention to eating. If your mind is somewhere, there are chances that you will crush your tongue. All of us have this experience. When you crush your tongue, it's very painful. Who did this? You did this? If you had an option to do, you will not do it. But it is you only did. Nobody else, third person did for you. Or second other person did for you. So we say, we did it by mistake. Fine. Who is hurt? Tongue is hurt. Who caused that pain? Teeth caused that pain. Will you punish the teeth? Tomorrow I will go to dentist and remove all the teeth because it crushes my tongue. What is your statement? Is the same statement of God, or it is the same statement of an individual like an incarnation after realization? How to punish the teeth? I am the teeth, I am the tongue. Both are me only. There is no somebody else doing this job. Whatever happens in this body, I do it. Many times you may not have that sense, you may not have that conscious feeling. You may not have the agentship that I am doing this. But it is you do. Because there is no other person doing this for you. In that where your body does the work, but you are not doer of that, that is called the act of God. Sri Krishna says, identifying himself not as a son of Devaki and Vasudeva, but identifying himself with that consciousness. He says, it is I who digest the food. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. I become the Vaishvanara. I become that fire in your stomach. Pranam Deham Ashrita. Being in the body of every living being, I am that fire. What I do? Prana Apana Samayuktam. With the help of Prana and Apana. Prana is what? This vital force generally identified with the breathing. And Apana, very interesting. How our forefathers have understood the anatomy of the body also. I don't know in medical science how they interpret. You take food, you chew the food, you swallow. After that, do you do anything? No. And meters long of intestine is there. Who keeps on pushing that food till the unwanted food is thrown away, thrown out? Who pushes that? One who pushes, that also is prana. And that prana is called apana. So prana, apana, there are 5 vayus are there. Same prana acts in different ways for our body. Apana is this. Apana pushes the food downward and expels the food out of the body, that which is unutilized or unwanted or which is a waste. So Krishna says, Prana Apana. With the help of prana and apana, pachami annam chaturvidham. It is I who digest the food. You say, how God digests the food in my stomach? No. At least you are not doing it. Somebody else does it. Sometimes when your system is weak, so you take external medicine and accelerate the process. Could be. Question is here, what is your karma? Whatever you do, where you have the agentship, where you have the sense of me doing it, that is your karma. Other than that is not. You take wrong food, it is your mistake. But it is not your mistake if you cannot digest the food. You go to doctor, nobody punishes you because of that. Why you didn't digest the food? You are supposed to digest the food. No. Yes, the food which I cannot digest, I don't take. Why did you take? That could be. You are allergic to this. Knowingly why you take those food, that could be a question to you. But not digesting food, that blame never comes to anyone. So the action in our body, which is done automatically by itself, because there is a system. But the system doesn't work once the consciousness goes away from the body. This information is required just to understand, or rather for your realization who you are. When you say I am Atman or I am soul, if you want to realize that you are a soul, you must first realize which one I by mistake consider a soul. Body. Inside the body there is Sukshma Sharira, fine body. Inside the fine body there is a causal body. And all these three bodies function because of the soul within. Gross body is a gross body, doesn't last longer, 60, 70, 80, whatever years. But is it an instrument only? It is an external instrument. This is my hand. I move the hand. I do everything with the hand, with my hand. Where is the real hand? This is the external hand. Where is the real hand? You know, when the construction goes on, the cranes are working, huge arms, dig and throw, etc. But inside, small, one person is sitting who is handling the crane. There is somebody inside who is handling and telling, okay, raise your hand, it raises. This hand has no meaning, this is external only. That is Sukshma Sharira. Who desires this hand should pick up this object. So this is a machine only, motor. That's a motor organ. This is good, so I walk towards that. Feet has no capacity. Something within desires for that and orders, and feet will move. Who desires is a fine body. And it is you, in a way. Is the gross body is you, fine body also is you. Then you realize I am not the gross body. I am that inside who is handling the crane. I am not this 50 feet long crane. That is not me. But inside a person sits with a small lever. That lever is Sukshma Sharira. And the person who operates is a soul. And persons wish to move the gear. That wish you can consider as a causal body. In the whole process which is going on with a crane, with a big machinery, the machine doesn't have capacity to do anything unless there is a conscious principle who operates it. So, when Krishna says that this yoga, this path of realization I am going to tell you or I am telling to you, I have told it thousands of years before. So Arjuna questioned, how can it be? You are standing in front of me. How you can tell thousands of years before to someone? Then he said, no, it is I only who told. I also have many births, you also have many births. I know all my births, you do not know. But how one who is remembering all of his births or his continuous existence, birth is manifestation, death is withdrawal. Birth is evolution, death is involution. Birth is switching on, death is withdrawing. But that which is withdrawn will be going manifested somewhere else again. This continuous process, we don't remember because we are identified with this gross body. So he says, how do you do this? Now the question is this. I am trying to understand, thinking, and little loudly thinking to share with you all. Sri Ramakrishna gives example. What is incarnation? A king hides himself behind a different dress, different form, and moves around in the kingdom to get the correct news what is going on. Sri Ramakrishna gives this example and says, Avatara is that who comes to his kingdom just like any other human being and help people to find out the truth. It's not easy. How it is? For a king it could be, because king also is a human being like us. But one who has nothing to do with this creation. It is very strange and interesting both together to know that one who has realized that this whole drama which is going on in this universe is nothing but a dream, still considering that it is real and being part of it is different. Ignorantly you become part of it is fine. Knowingly that it is not true, still being active is difficult. And he is the master of this universe. So Arjuna asked, how it is possible that one eternal being, how it is that you take birth? So Krishna told, Ajopi san, though I am birthless. I am birthless means I have realized that I am that spirit who doesn't have birth and death. I am that Atman. That realization is very clear for God, incarnation. What is incarnation? Incarnation has to be the realized person. Everybody cannot be incarnation. So he is completely, fully aware that I am birthless. I am Atman. There is nothing birth about me. Now, a person voluntarily jumps into swimming pool to measure the depth of swimming pool, to measure the length of swimming pool, to help the people who are drowning, whatever is the purpose. But he voluntarily jumps. And those who are afraid of swimming, they are pushed in water. Apparently everybody looks same, swimming. But one voluntarily swimming, one is inside the water and trying to swim so that he doesn't die. Krishna says, I am birthless. Full realization that I am Atman. Identifying that only, Krishna says all these things. Avyayatma. Nothing is reduced in me by taking this form. Bhutanam Ishvaropi san. He is the Lord of all living beings. That's why God's different names are there in our scriptures. One name is Bhutesha. In that name, one of our Swamiji was Swami Bhuteshananda. Who is Bhutesha? Bhutanam Isha. Bhutanam Ishvaro. He is the Lord of all the beings. You have a temple in Nepal called Pashupatinath. Pashupati. He is the Lord of all the living beings, not only animals. Human being also is animal for him. He is Lord of all the living beings. Who is the Lord of living beings? The life force itself is the Lord. So it is not a Shivlinga, it is a consciousness. When symbolism comes into picture, people don't understand, oh, Hindus are idol worshippers and they worship everything. And they worship tree also, they worship river also, they worship, what kind of religion is that? Heathen, pagan, so many things are told for us. Hinduism is very authentic, organic, practical, and true to its spirit. Whichever is a cause of sustenance for me, we are eternally grateful to that. Look at on a particular time, 50 crore, that comes to 500 million people came just to take bath in water. All are ignorant? No. Why so much devotion for a river? Because that is my life force. Whatever is grand, whatever is great, whatever is more powerful than me, I accept them. I touch the feet. I have not visited, some of you may have. Go to USA, certain 300 feet, 400 feet tall trees. So your jaws will be dropped. Wow, such a huge. And you are just mesmerized by that creation because it is so big. Looking at Himalayas, you are mesmerized because it's so big. If a person comes in front of you, he is 7 feet tall, huge figure, we all will look like it. Wow, this is something unique. When it is beneficial to all, we worship them. We worship the trees because they give fruits to us. We worship the water because the rivers are our lifeline. So we worship the nature, the forces of the nature we worship. Useful is one thing, powerful also we worship. Lightning, for example. It is so powerful you cannot control. So we worship clouds, rain, hot sun. Impossible to go even closer to it. We worship because it is very powerful. I request you people to read the first lecture in a book called Jnana Yoga by Swami Vivekananda. The first lecture is called The Necessity of Religion. In that he discusses this subject. Secondly, some my close forefather, father, whomsoever elder to me passed away. So he is free from the gross body. He is now in the fine body, and finer is your existence, more powerful you are. A flower, if I keep here, flower cannot move, but its fragrance can move everywhere because it is fine. So once it is in a fine state, it becomes more powerful. Why we are afraid of, even if we believe or not is a different thing, 10 o'clock in the night or 12 o'clock in the night, hey, open the Sarada Hall and go into complete dark, pitch dark, nobody is there, silence. No, I better go in the morning, night I don't want to go. What you are afraid of? If you are afraid of a ghost, which is in the fine body, if a person is staying, you are not afraid. Knock the door, open the door and go. But one who is not in a gross body, they are more powerful because they are in a fine body. Thinking that only we are afraid. Just I am trying to, thinking the logic behind our fear. So he is so powerful, so we worship that. It's not that we are worshipping trees and statues and rivers and all that, no. It's a gratefulness. So there are two aspects of worshipping somebody greater than me. Either it is forces of nature, either they are our ancestors. Even worship of Rama and Krishna, etc. also in a way, they are our ancestors. All the religions which we understand, in one way or other, follow one of this pattern, worship of the ancestors, one who has already lived before me, and forces of the nature. Swamiji says, I want to take a third standpoint, mixing both of them. And that is to go beyond the limitations of mind. Because they are powerful, I want to go across these limitations. And that's why we worship them. So Krishna says, I am birthless. I don't need to take birth. We take birth or we are born because of our desire. If you don't have a desire, why you should take birth? But you don't have a desire, still you take birth. These things are manifested in some of the very private conversation of the great people. Holy Mother's one incident is there. It was practically at the end, last part of her life. She says, once I was out of my body and I saw this is a filthy body. I do not want to enter it again. Then I thought about you all. These are the statement of Holy Mother. And out of compassion, I again entered this body so that few more people can be helped. We have no idea because it is not our game. We can't do that. They can do it. So he says, he is not forced to take birth. He doesn't have desire. In one place he says, Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. In the three words, I don't have any duty to perform. I don't have any obligation to do anything. Still I do. So that others can get benefit. That is called avatara, avataranam, to come down. Is always out of compassion. Prakritim swam adhishthaya. But if he has to take birth, he also must have a body. If body is dead, then physical body is to be formed. So Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas, Tama, he is already Lord of these three gunas. So taking help of that, subjugating this Prakriti, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. I take birth with the help of my own Maya. Here, two words which are commonly read in the scriptures. God is called Mayadhisha, Maya Adhisha, one who is master of Maya, one who is owner of Maya, one who is Lord of Maya. And we all are called Maya Adhina, one who are subservient or subjugated or affected by it. We take birth because of Maya, because of our ignorance. For him there is no ignorance. So he takes birth. But why he takes birth? Why he should take birth? As we told, out of compassion. Otherwise there is no way. Think, I always say, it is different whichever religion person belong to, whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim, you are a Hindu, Buddha, whatever you are. Think, remove these few people from the history. Remove Krishna, remove Rama, remove Jesus, remove Buddha. Think that they were not in the history. Human being would have been nothing but animals. Sometimes people say, what this contribution of these great people? It is like a very, very interesting conversation between a young Narendranath before he came to Sri Ramakrishna, with him and his father, Vishwanath Datta. Swamiji was very intelligent and outspoken. So one day he told to his father, out of anger, whatever. What you have given to me, what you have done to me. So father says, just look at the mirror. Everything what you see is given by us. Every day food is given by us, your clothes are given by us, your body is given by us. So, why God incarnate? First answer should be always, how can we know? But here Lord Himself says that I force myself, a birthless reality which takes as if he is ignorant. This as if word is very important. What is the Sanskrit of that Shankaracharya uses? As if, not really. Eva is the word. In the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna, Shankaracharya writes about that. I do not know whether if it is there or not. Should be there. So, taking help of Maya, when he incarnates, the purpose of his incarnation, he says, when there is so much negativity, Swami Vivekananda says this, a kind of cosmic adjustment. This you can see in our day-to-day life also. This happens in our body physically also. I do not know. A simple experiment I am telling. You have switched on the fan, thinking it is very hot. Then in the night you feel cold. So you get up and switch off the fan. At that time you touch your body, it is hot. When the atmosphere becomes cooler, the body tries to counteract and becomes warm. Just example came in my mind, so I am telling. Whenever negativity increases, somewhere in one form positivity will take birth in form of someone. Sometimes it's difficult to understand how this simple individual can create big wave in the society. But if you see from this point of view, that it is the same world where negativity is there, then the positivity comes and thousands of people get attracted to that and this counteracted the negativity. This is called cosmic adjustment. That is one reason for the incarnations to come also. He says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati, whenever this moral structure, this give and take, morality, balancing, equilibrium of human life, when that is disturbed, abhyutthanam adharmasya, when this negativity is rising in the society, at that time I come and increase the positivity. So that, what will happen because of that? When negativity increases, all that is negative becomes powerful. All the bad people become powerful. So a positivity will come. What will happen because of that? Some really good people will be protected from the hand of this negative force. And while positive upsurge, some negative force will be subdued. People translate and says, for example, for the protection of the good people, pious people. Sadhunam paritranaya sadhunam. Sadhu doesn't mean monk, good people. Anybody who is good is called sadhu. Vinashaya cha duskritam. Those which are wicked, evil doers, destruction of them. Anyway, I don't find fault, but I feel it is not destruction of the bad people always, but it is destruction of the bad tendencies of people. You don't need to kill bad people. There was a time Krishna came and killed Kamsa, Rama came and killed Ravana. This also is happening. But when the positive force come, they change the mind of people. There is an incident in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. There was a ruffian, gunda, harmful person, was hired by somebody. That Sri Ramakrishna is too much influencing young people. Brahmo Samaj and other, many young people are going to him. He himself is illiterate and he is attracting all the intelligent boys. So we have to teach him a lesson. So this ruffian, I'm forgetting his name, was hired to physically harm Sri Ramakrishna. When Sri Ramakrishna will visit the house of Balaram Basu, and Sri Ramakrishna used to go by horse carriage, so when he will get down from the horse carriage, this ruffian will be hiding somewhere, come and attack on Sri Ramakrishna. That was the plan. Sri Ramakrishna got down from the horse carriage, that fellow came. And Sri Ramakrishna looked at him and smiled and told, "How are you?" And how are you is general in Bengali will be kemon acho. But when you tell out of love, or sometimes sarcastically, this kemon acho becomes reverse. Bolo acho kemon. It is reverse. It is not normally told, either out of love or sometimes sarcastically also. Sri Ramakrishna looked at him and told, "Bolo acho kemon? How are you?" He was completely melted down. Direct disciples, in their reminiscence is there, the long after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, Belur Math is formed, direct disciples are staying in Belur Math. At that time, that ruffian used to come to Belur Math, just go to the shrine, which is the old shrine, behind the main temple, and he will be looking at Sri Ramakrishna's picture and cry. So it is not always killing of the bad people, but it is changing. Very nicely written in one of the stotras by one Swami called Dushta Jananam Parivartanaya, to change the attitude of bad people. You don't need to kill the bad people, kill the bad attitude of the people. Dharma Sansthapanarthaya, and to establish a new cycle, a new chakra, a new way of life. It is the same. All the religion in a way are same principles of identifying yourself with the divine which is within. In one way or other, because of that cosmic adjustment took place sometimes in Jerusalem, sometimes in Kamarpukur, sometimes in Saudi Arabia, sometimes in Nepal. So where that incarnation takes birth, he automatically adopts the language, dress, food of that place. But what he speaks is the same. Now he would have spoken, what is available today is not even 5% or 10% of what Sri Ramakrishna would have told. Bible is great. Bible is only gospel written by 5 people. It is 5 people who have heard Jesus directly or about him. If you see the introduction of Sri Ramakrishna, the great master, Saradanji says, before writing Sri Ramakrishna, the great master, Leela Prasanga, he went to Kamarpukur and taught with this set of people who have seen Sri Ramakrishna, who played with Sri Ramakrishna, who have taught with Sri Ramakrishna, so to get the true stories. Conversation, that's why it is given the gospel name. Gospel word is a Christian word, it's not a Hindu word. Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, why it is called Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna? It could be conversation with Sri Ramakrishna, correct? Why they need to tell it gospel? So gospel is from this sense that when conversation is between a devotee and incarnation, it's called gospel. From that English or Christian sense. So Sri Krishna says, when negativity increases, positivity reduces, I incarnate, give boosting to the positivity. Help the people, save the people from the tyranny of these negative people. Sometimes change people, sometimes kill people. Now killing is not good. How God can kill? It's not question of that. When positive and negativity, your own body. Now, can you prick a pin? No. But when the wound becomes cancerous, when wound becomes with pus or whatever, your own body, you voluntarily go to doctor and tell, remove it from the body. God doesn't kill. As you remove part of your body which is negative, God also removes part of His universal body, the negativities. It's not killing. In Hinduism, in Hindu scriptures, whether it is Ramayana, Mahabharata, whether it is Puranas, whether it is Shiva or Rama, Krishna or Divine Mother, when they are killing the demons, the word which is used is very interesting. Nasha is destruction. Vinasha. Visheshana. Vishesh Rupe. In a special way, destruction. How they kill in a special way? Not a new technique of killing, no. For example, when Ramnam Sankirtan we sing, in that one line comes, I always feel that devotees should understand, otherwise you will mistake. Vinashta Sitan Veshakaram. What is Vinashta Sita? Sita was destroyed. Vishesh Rupe Nashta. Nashta means what? This phone has become Nashta. Either it is lost. But Sita was lost in a special sense. She is intact. But from Rama she is lost. So it is Vinashta. It is not Nashta. It is Vinashta. In a special way she is absent. So here Vinasha, when God does the Vinasha of this negativity, is not always killing. But even if it is killing, it is not killing out of anger. You see the description of Ramayana, when Rama is killing Ravana, there is no tinge of anger in the face of Rama. Rama is considered a very well-balanced person. There is the shlokas which you see, here we don't sing unfortunately, we should sing. Varananam, Artha Sanghanam, Rasanam, Chandasam, those shlokas we don't sing here for some reason anyway. In that, there is one, or of course after Ramnam also there is some shlokas are there. In that one shloka is there. What is Rama? What is the starting? I even forget sometimes. Just now he was about to be coronated. Just now he was about to sit on become the king of Ayodhya. Next moment he is told to go to forest. Second line is Tathanamamlo Vanavasa Dukkhatah. That going to forest, that news did not darken the face of Rama. It was as bright as he was told that you are going to be a king. There is no difference. Oh, you become a king. Okay. I'm the eldest brother, it's my duty, I will become king. No, 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 you don't need to become king. Go to the forest. Okay. With the same ease, he went to forest. That's why we worship Rama. When renunciation becomes natural to you, when giving up something doesn't need any special force in you, or it doesn't affect you, you don't become sad because of that you have to give up something. Think of Swamiji. I many times out of love for Swamiji, we say, why we worship Swamiji? Creating such a huge order. And he just gave up. Brahmanji become president, Sarat Maharaj becomes secretary, I am leaving. You create a small company and make somebody else CEO immediately. No, you cannot do it. Absolute detachment. That's why you worship. There are many who create big, big kingdoms. Can you give up? Rama gave up. That's why you worship him. So here he says that for this cosmic adjustment, I come down, help those who are pious people, change the mindset of the negative people. If not, remove them from the scenario. It's not killing because they are negatives. It is their own part. They are identified with everyone. So that negative part he is removing. When Rama is killing Vali, so Vali's wife came, Tara, and scolded Rama, what kind of great person you are, hiding behind the tree, you killed my husband, what wrong he did, this and that. So Rama says, fine, you can scold me, ask your husband what he feels. And when Vali died, Vali's head was in the lap of Rama. So when Vali was asked by Tara that he has killed you, Vali says no. And beautifully Tulsidas writes in Ramcharitmanas, of course Valmiki Ramayana writes the same. And Tulsidas with a full devotion, and he is a great man anyway. He writes, Janama Janama Muni Jatan Karahi. Births after births, the rishis do extreme kind of austerity. Anta Rama kahi avata nahi. And they do not get the vision of Rama. Look at me. I am dying, keeping my head in the lap of Rama. This fruit which I am getting is much, much, much bigger than the austerity which the rishis do for births after births. And then he says, why you are crying because I am dying? This is a body which is made of 5 elements, which will get dissolved anyway, if not today, tomorrow. But to go like this, and who is killing me? Rama himself is killing me. So Vali was not angry on Rama. Only those commentators now, modern social media people only scold Rama. No, it's not that. So whenever incarnations description is there that they kill asuras or rakshasas, that killing is not what we call killing. It is killing the bad tendencies of that. If that tendency is fully enveloped by this body, they get rid of this body also. But eventually, each and every asura is promoted from the state of asura. What is asura? Sura, asura, we say. Sura means gods, asura means rakshasas. Actually, we all are asuras. Why? The meaning of the word asura is asushu ramate iti asura. Those whose life is only in the senses. Asu is the sense. You do not go beyond your senses. Those whose life is busy, covered, and confined within these 5 senses. are all called asuras. So more spiritual we become, our transformation from being asura, because we are all still in the senses, and we slowly being released from the attachment of the senses and go towards the devatas. Who is the devata? The word is Dyotanavana devata. Those who are bright. What is bright? Without the darkness of ignorance. The more knowledge we have, we slowly are transferred from asura to sura. We'll take up next time. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.